Hello and welcome to Newsworthy Stories with Jacqueline Jimenez. When it comes to branding, most people think about a logo or branding a business, but it goes so much further than that. You can brand an organization. If you're an executive, I often tell people that if you're an executive, you should brand who you are. What do you do for these major corporations that make them billions? And really, branding is about what are you known for, or changing the image about what you're known for. Perhaps your business or organization is going in a different direction and you need to change the brand. Well, that is exactly what's happening in the agricultural industry. You see these young men here. They are part of the AMPS Entrepreneurship Leadership Institute retreat that happened in St. Croix. The young man in the yellow sweatshirt, he came up with this idea to brand agriculture. And it was a part of a team effort. But Micah McCants is his name, and he's really the brainchild behind what happened there. And so what he wanted to do was highlight different farmers. Now, this was one of the farmers that they met. His name is Errol Chichester, and he is with the Eco Dread Orchard. And what the idea is to bring about an interest in farming by actually making the farmers cool, right? If you make farming cool, then people will pay attention, and especially the youth. Now, I'm going to show you a story in a moment about why that was so important, but it took me a minute to really recognize the genius behind what these young men were doing. They just, from day one, they just started taking these pictures and in the field, with the farmers and just showing the landscape, the joy, and then also, the beauty of the fruit or vegetables, that were being grown, and showing that it was cool. Here I am in the middle of this orchard, and they are making agriculture cool. And they also had designed some shirts and things like that. And the more I thought about it, and I'm thinking, man, what's behind the AMPS Entrepreneurship Leadership Institute retreats is that the participants hear from the farmers, they hear from the industry leaders, and find out what the struggles that are happening. And then they build a business around solving it. And this particular business was called Farmer Ziggy. And really the intent is to bring attention to different farmers. So what was unique is that they took these pictures and they launched an Instagram account. This is actually during the retreat, before they had a pitch competition, because each team actually tries to win investment dollars. I must say that these stories that we're covering on the AMPS Entrepreneurship Leadership Institute retreat, they have to be the most impactful and important story that I've been telling over a year now, because some 97% of the food and water in these regions are imported. And basically, there's just not enough food on these islands. And so it is absolutely imperative that the agricultural industry grows. And what better way than to do it through the youth, especially since not only are they trying to generate interest in youth, but it's also because the leadership is aging. So here's a story on what happened in St. Croix, and then listen to hear what they did with that Instagram account.
A remarkable return to St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands to generate interest in the field of agriculture and conservation, primarily among the youth. a partnership between the USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service and James Amps of Amps International, is designed to not only introduce high school and college students to this now high-tech industry, but teach them how to build a business. Chief Terry Cosby of the USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service and his counterpart Vivian Dixon are behind approving tens of thousands of dollars for this impactful initiative.
Our world is focused on the building of relationships. Do you think it's all about what you know? You think it's all about your education? Somebody says, well, I got a college degree. Well, good for you. What are you doing with it? I talk to a lot of folks who have college degrees who are unemployed. Why? Because they never knew what they wanted to do. You have a chance now, under what we call entrepreneurship and being more creative, to really think about what it is that you want to do.
I can just tell the energy in the room is really incredible. Looking out to the participants, the children, I see excitement. Also, I would definitely express I love all the themes that are coming through already. Teaching the children, talking about mindfulness. The children emphasizes the children the importance of them staying home, obtaining knowledge, the concepts around passion. What does that really mean? Skill building, and for me, also giving the children an opportunity to know the local resources that are available.
The idea is for participants to hear from the owners in agriculture themselves and build a business around solving a problem.
We are back in St. Croix for the second time. We were here last year, and we decided to come back because the NRCS, National Resources Conservation Service, allowed us to do a second trip in St. Croix and then one in Puerto Rico. And this time we're at an orchard farm, even though he doesn't call it a farm. So he's showing us all the fruits that they have here. And so this initiative is more important than the first one because we have some of the folks who graduated from the first retreat who are now in this retreat as senior participants and helping to move those groups along so that they can build their businesses.
Mr. Chichester is a fruit collector, and so he's gotten fruits on this property from all over the world, as well as what he mentioned this morning, the custard apple and pond apple, which is an actual native fruit. Not too many native fruits are here on the island, but he has a couple of them in his collection. There are so many fruits worldwide that can be grown here for fruit, for juice, for cooking, for export, a number of things. And these guys are going to be exposed to a number of stuff they've never heard about.
What have you learned about just in the few minutes that we've been here on this orchard?
They have many different types of fruits with seeds on the outside that you could actually use, like mountain apples and what was the next one? Pineapples. Pineapple is one of them fruits. And I was like, what? I thought like strawberry or berries would be the type of answer, but no, he said different types. And I'm only seeing, since I only live on St. Croix, never got anyplace else, I've only seen these types. So really and truly hearing about different types of fruits are very, very cool.
The primary challenge for us here, as I said again, is there. Second challenge, may not be the challenge for you guys on the mainland, is supplies. Irrigation supplies, fertilizer, pesticide and stuff, everything we have to bring in here. The cost is outrageous because you have shipping, you have the cost of the product, plus shipping, plus when you need the product, it may not be available because it takes time to get it.
The students participating in the AMPS Entrepreneurship Leadership Institute retreat also getting a history lesson at a cattle farm that's been in the area since the 1800s.
We had a herd of cattle, and from that we developed a breed that was actually started in St. Croix with cattle that came here from Senegal, West Africa in about 1860. That we call Senegalese, we know the real name. And then one of our dairy farmers here in about 1915 started crossing those cattle with a breed from England called Red Pole. And that breed has no horns, all red in color, good milk production. But the breed from Senegal, West Africa had heat tolerance for our environment. And now our breed is popular in over 20 countries, from Vietnam to Australia to South Africa to Brazil, Venezuela, Colombia, Panama, Guatemala, all started here in St. Croix.
I am it. I do that. I do the accounting. I do the managing. I do the buying. I do the all that stuff.
Opportunity, right?
Yeah, you don't want any help doing that?
It's very possible. The Arlenace who works with us, she's always the one who gets pulled in when he or I needs something. But yeah, love to have your name and number and yep.
That's the business. That's the business you come up with, right? Give a pulse.
The students are broken up into teams to compete for a pitch competition for investment dollars. In about 30 hours, they learn everything from creating a logo and company name to crunching the numbers, but most of all, how to reach customers.
Know your audience. Who are you talking to? Now all of you say, ta-da! All of you, ta-da! Ta-da. That's T-A-D-A, Target Audience Design Approach. Always know who you're talking to. When I get to Atlanta, I already know who I'm talking to. I'm not even there. And then I design my presentation based on my audience.
This is an intensive retreat, so it's important to not only eat right, but relax, instilling the discipline of balance in their work ethic.
So we're gonna press one foot with this up. It's gonna go in between our legs. Up.
I've done it before.
The climax of the AMPS Entrepreneurship Leadership Institute retreat is the pitch competition, which is judged by locals vested in the industry.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Project Green.
Project Green, a green tomorrow. Project Green's mission statement is to promote volunteering amongst the youth within the Caribbean and to encourage them to learn more about agriculture and to help better the communities while learning more about it.
Our goal is to make a better society, right? We want to become and show green. That's what we're getting volunteers about. We're getting volunteers in the community so that we can make green tomorrow.
So this project that we've decided to come up with here today doesn't end in this year. So by the end of the year, we hope to build our first garden in one of the project home communities and to start begin a relationship with the community.
Have you decided which community you will start with your garden?
Yes, there's a community on St. Thomas. It's I don't like to use the word projects, but it's a disadvantaged community. It's near Yacht Haven. I'm not sure the exact name, but we would like to incorporate a garden in that community, and Ajiba has the other community.
The other community is here in St. Croix, and is the one that I live in. Once we start this organization, it can really help the kids in that environment, because growing up, looking at my peers, I'm observing the way that they act. They are less motivated because there aren't enough organizations, and they're like thrown in their face for them to know, like, you're more than just a child in a project, you're more than just a child in a low-income environment. There's something out there for you, and you could be more than your environment.
Welcome, STAT, STAT.
Let me ask you something. What exactly is STAT? STAT stands for Student Technology and Agriculture Training.
The service that STAT is providing is internships and programs. The people we are searching for is farmers, youth, and of course sponsors.
St. Croix has always been potential. We have the land, we have the climate, we have the farms, we have the soil. If anything happens to mainland, if any crisis happens, shipment does not come to St. Croix. That is a crisis that we need to get a hold. Accordingly, remember, as you strive for excellence, success,
better,
and greatness,
do it that way.
Let's check out Farmer Ziggy.
And our project is called Farmer Ziggy. Our goal is to
and help change the belief and values of young people about agriculture.
We're more of a brand. We want to basically we're going to put our logo and stuff like that on t-shirts and pants and basically pretty much everything, anything we can put our brand on.
Project Ziggy, we started an Instagram page just a couple of days ago, no, actually yesterday, to see if this could actually work. And as you see so far, after the first 3 hours, we had over 50 followers with just the first post. So we know this is doable, and we know that we can.
Our long-term goal is to hit 1 million followers on all social media platforms and expand across the whole of the Virgin Islands.
I see that you said you're going to start with Instagram. Okay. What about for the older farmers? How are you going to what platform are you going to use for them? Because not everyone uses social media such as Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and those kind of things. So how are you going to reach them?
What we intend to do to start out is we want to visit our local farmers that don't have Instagram and TikTok and everything that you said, all the social media platforms, and we want to, because nobody knows about them because they don't have those, so we want to put them on the map utilizing our Instagram page. We will put their name, the name of their farm, and their location, give a tour of their farm, show people where they can buy their products from, and kind of boost them. They don't have to have a page. We do the work for them.
I am Savannah John Baptiste, and I am the Chief Executive Officer.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Desania Stevens, and I am the Chief Operations Officer.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Giant James, and I am the Chief Marketing Officer of Green Outlet.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Amari Bartley, and I'm the Chief Financial Officer of the Green Outlet.
Green Outlet was created to engage our young generation in the pursuit of food, sovereignty, and security. As per the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations, 97 of our food in the Virgin Islands is imported. This leaves us at a significant risk if anything were to happen within the global food supply chain.
This is our website that is currently activated. So the first thing that you're going to see when you open our website is, of course, the name, our slogan, where we produce the produce. We have 3 separate things that we're focusing on most in our organization, which is fertilizer, organic produce, and community involvement.
The yearly income statement with a total revenue of $80,000, gross profit of $56,000, and net surplus of $54,000.
The imports, though, they're not getting anything. They are our direct competitors because they will not be profiting off of us because we are going to have everything that we need right here on this island. We will grow it organically.
Interested in your poop. I just wanted to know what the plan was for harvesting, processing, and distributing the manure.
So our goal is to have scientists, and the scientists will collect, harvest, and test that poop and make it into a healthy organic fertilizer for our plants.
Green Outlet.
I am so proud of all of you. I was so nervous because I didn't know who was going to get first, second, third, fourth, but I just loved seeing you guys create and work hard together and create bonds and friendships, seeing you guys work late at night. Even though it was stressful because I've been through it, I know you guys did really well and I'm very proud of you all. And I hope and pray that you guys continue to with these businesses because I think these will really help our community.
People run the world by relationships, not just about what you know. So I don't care how many degrees you have. We talked about it. Doesn't matter how many degrees you have. Who do you know and who knows you? That's key. Degrees are good, all right? You check mark that. I've got that. They can't take it away from me.
But then where do you want to go? Just to work for somebody, just to pay your bills? Or do you want to do what you actually love to do? And that's the key. So my motto's always been, if you want something you've never had, you've got to do something that you've never done. I would drop the mic, but we'd have to pay for it. Y'all give yourselves a hand.
I have to tell you, I love the AMS Entrepreneurship Leadership Institute retreats. They are the best, but honestly, again, the most impactful. Not too long ago, you may remember I gave a challenge to a group of 3 individuals, one from St. Croix on the left, and the other 2, Jorge in the middle. He is from Puerto Rico, and then Virginia, which she says Virginia Ciancia, she is actually from Argentina. And I shared her story not too long ago because I gave each one of them my handbook, and the challenge was for them to use their phones or cameras to generate a news story from a farm. And all of them are connected to farms already. So Virginia did that, and I wanted you to see her story once again because she went all the way back to Argentina and did a story about her father's farm.
Bueno, contame un poco, Alberto. ¿Hace cuánto que tenés el campo ya?
Mira, empezamos en 2005, hace ya 15, 25, 19 años, Virgen, que estamos acá en el campo.
Mira vos.
19 años.
¿Qué sentís que es lo más lindo, digamos, del campo? ¿O lo que más te gusta durante todos estos años que has estado?
Lo más lindo es el contacto con lo natural.
Claro. ¿Y lo más difícil con lo que te encontrás con las vacas por ahí o con los terneros?
Las vacas todos los días tenés alguna cosa para hacer. Todos los días, siempre tenés alguna cosa. No es como el otro trabajo del cereal que vos sembrás y ya todo el año es mucho menos trabajo.
Claro.
Lo que es maíz, soja, que hacemos nosotros acá. Animales, todos los días tenés cosas para hacer. Pero la verdad que vengo contento, no me pone triste venir al campo, al contrario.
Sé que es algo sí que te gusta mucho.
Trabajo bueno.
¿Y para vos cuál es la mejor época del año para venir acá al campo y disfrutar?
La primavera, que no hace tanto calor, no hace tanto frío, no todo se pone verde. Claro. La primavera. Primavera, verano, de lluvia, más lindo.
¿Qué es esto, pa?
Mortero de los encontramos una más que se partió.
De los come chingones. ¿Cuál es el secreto para un buen asado argentino?
El secreto es que la carne sea buena, que sea un animal que le comió pasto, que no sea tan con engorde artificial, ¿viste? Eso no me importa. Y si es con leña, mejor, por supuesto. Y en el campo, mejor todavía. Me parece más rico, ¿viste?
I love that story, and I'm so glad that she did that. I'm still waiting on my stories from some of the other participants, and other people are considering doing that challenge as well. I have to tell you, what I have learned about agriculture and conservation in this past year is just extraordinary. And I intend to continue sharing these stories. And also, the other thing is that the USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service is looking to partner with James Amps again, but here on the mainland, as we, we have to say the mainland, because even though we don't think of, you might not think of the U.S. Virgin Islands as part of the United States, but they are. They're U.S. and, part of the U.S. So we always have to say the mainland when we're talking about them. But they're looking to bring them to HBCUs as well, because diversifying agriculture was a big part of what was behind this initiative. And so I'm looking forward to hearing and seeing more of what we're doing next. I believe the idea is to head back to Puerto Rico, and there's going to be a very big surprise whenever that happens. And so I'm looking forward to bringing that story when it does. Thank you so much for watching Newsworthy Stories, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great day.